Hi, everybody. My name's Erin. Welcome to my professional yapper series. Today, I'm going to be talking about an app you may or may not have heard of that you can make money by taking pictures of things in stores, pretty much. So, if you want to figure out what that is, stay tuned and let's yap about it. So, the app that I am talking about, it is called Survey Merchandiser. I just started doing this actually right at a month ago. It's not quite a month, almost a month, but I've done 24 jobs and I've made right at $300 so far, which is pretty awesome. And I was doing the math on it, and it looks like I've worked probably about 12 ish hours, maybe, and have received that $300. Now, that's not including drive time, so it depends on, how far you have to go, if it's worth it. But for me, there's enough in my area to make it worth it. So I have totally started doing this on my free time, and I really want to share how you can maybe do it too, because I see a lot of opportunities on the app. So with Survey Merchandiser, what it essentially is it's not a secret shopper like everybody thinks that it is. Some jobs that you can take on there can be a secret shopper. I have personally only done one of those so far, and it was okay. Doing the other ones that I'm not a secret shopper, I prefer to not, I think, be secret in my opinion. But I also haven't seen that many secret shopper jobs on there anyways. I think that was like the only one that I've seen in my month being on there anyways. So what I have done the most of personally is actually take pictures of cigarettes at Food Lions and Dollar Generals. And that sounds crazy, but seriously, I've pretty much made $300 taking pictures of cigarettes. So before I go into that, let's back up and let's talk about what like my first jobs and experiences were. So the first one that you do, and I think everybody has to start with this, is what they said, I'm pretty sure, is cookie audits. So you go into, a grocery store that's local. On the app, of course, you have to claim the project. And you go into the grocery store, you go to the cookie section, and you take pictures of the cookie section. And then in the app, it asks you, are the Oreos present? And you select yes, and it says take a picture of the Oreos. Okay. And then it says, how many facings are there of the Oreos? And that doesn't mean how many packs of Oreos there are. That means how many rows of Oreos there are. So, you answer the questions and you go through the list of the different cookies that it wants you to check and take pictures of them, and you're done. And so your first two jobs that you do are $5 each for those cookies. And then after that, you get the opportunity, if you've done those correctly, because those are the starter projects. They want to make sure that you know how to follow directions, that you're getting familiar with the app, that you're learning what to do with that. They're not going to have to worry about you doing bigger things than taking pictures of cookies, if that makes sense. So those two jobs are kind of like your trial. So after those two jobs, someone will reach out to you and they will let you know about the other jobs in your areas, how you can get started, and, what to do. So after you talk to somebody and you get started and you get your first couple of jobs, so the cigarette jobs that I've been going to is I am not a secret shopper just going in and taking pictures of their cigarettes. I, do walk in and I say, hey, I'm Erin from blah, blah, blah. It's not from Survey Merchandiser that you say. And they're kind of like third party hired out by the actual company or brand of the product that you're checking. So I'm not checking every single cigarette. I'm only checking certain brands. So I walk in, I check in, and I say, hey, I'm Erin. I'm here from blah, 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 and I'm here to do an audit on your cigarettes. And they usually just like, okay. And then they, they're most of the time they don't have cigarettes anywhere else but right there behind the counter. So just go behind the counter, go through the app, answer the questions that it asks you, take the pictures that it asks you. If there are any cigarettes that are out of stock, then it will ask you to potentially get with the manager to change the inventory in their system or make sure that the inventory is at zero or see if they can reorder the product. It'll tell you exactly what to do. So then after that, you go and you check their back stock and you see if any of those products that you did see are out, maybe are in the back stock. So then you can replenish those slots and pretty much you're done. And then you can go on to the next store. So the first day that I actually did these cigarette jobs, I did actually like 4 or 5 of them in one day. And depending on when you're starting out and how many you've done and your ratings on them, that's how much they pay you. So I believe I started out at like $8.25 per store. And then I got good ratings on those. So then they bumped me up to $10 per store. And then I got good ratings on those. So, they continue to bump you up as you get good ratings and as you do more jobs. So I've done those couple of cigarette stores, and I've done more than just those 5. I've done a lot of those now at this point. Like I said, I've done 24 stores now, and a good amount of those have been the cigarettes. I mean, those are quick, easy. The only complaint that I do have is if you go into a Food Lion and you do it, at least the Food Lions in my area, they don't have the price tags of the individual cigarettes right there. And the app does ask you for the price. So the only bad part is that you have to scan it and get the price. But in my area, they're all the same price. So what I did was after like the second time that I did that, because I was having to scan it, put it in the app, scan it, put it in the app. And so after the second store that I did that, and it just was taking way too much time than what I was willing to do. So I got a piece of paper and I wrote down the prices. And then in the next store, I just had them scan a couple of the cigarettes to make sure that those prices matched. And if they did, then I knew that I was good on the prices. So I didn't have to scan each pack. I could just put it in. So that's one hack if you do go do those jobs, especially at Food Lion. And if your Food Lions don't have the individual sticker prices of the cigarettes, that's a hack. But you have to make sure that you have to still scan a couple of them to make sure that the prices aren't different if you're like in a different county or city, or like I live on a state line, so I could be in one state or the next state and it obviously is different. So you do have to check that. But if you're at one Food Lion right here and then one right down the road, it's more than likely the same price, but double check. So that's, the cigarette jobs. I've done a couple of other jobs where I've just gone into like Walmart's or Sprouts and looked at different products like True Fru or Rummo pasta. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it, but I've checked those products and did the inventory on those. Same thing as the cigarettes. You check if they're in stock. If they're not, you've got to go to the manager, make sure to see what their inventory says, if they can order it. Is it in back stock that you can replenish the shelves with that product? So It's really not hard. It sounds, I think, like a lot more than it is, but it's really not. So once I got the hang of the cigarette jobs, I was doing those, especially at Dollar General, in, I think, 15 minutes. At Food Lion, I can get those done 15, 20 minutes. For the checking just like the True Fruit or the pasta ones, depending on the manager, obviously, and how busy they are, you know, what I actually consider, like, I'm not waiting on like them or something like that. Again, maybe 10, 15 minutes. So that's how I've only done like 12-ish hours of work and made $300 because it doesn't take that much time, especially once you get the hang of it and once you learn the app and once you know what they're asking. But you do have to be detailed in it. You can't just go in and just take pictures and just say, okay, I took the pictures, bye. No, you have to answer every question. You have to answer it correctly. You have to take the pictures the correct way. You can't just willy-nilly walk in there and just do whatever you want, or they will reject your job and they won't give you the money for your job. So that's how Survey Merchandiser kind of works, and that's why I've personally really enjoyed doing it this month. So I'm going to keep doing it this year and see how much money I can make. I do work full time, so this isn't something that I am going to be doing full time. However, in my spare time, I can definitely work 12 extra hours for $300. I think that that's pretty good in my opinion. So that's what I think about Survey Merchandiser. And if you want to get started, please let me know because I do have a referral code that I can give you. Leave in the comments, whatever it is. And we can, you can get started with my referral code and I can help you in any way that I can. And I hope that this video has found you well. I hope that this encourages you to just start something that you probably didn't even know you could do. And if you're gonna be out running errands, you might as well look on this app and see if there's any stores available in your area to just go take some pictures of some stuff and type some prices in. So again, I've got a referral code. Please hit the subscribe button. And this is my professional yapper series, if you didn't know, where I am going to be talking about literally any and everything because obviously I've been talking, and I love to talk and my family is tired of hearing it. So I'm going to talk to you guys. So please subscribe and I will see you in the next video. Bye.